I clicked it. So maybe we're live. Who knows? And we're live. Okay. Let's see here. We're live, and the first comment is from Ryan V. Bad Beef. I don't know where you've been. Shout out to Bad Beef, who's usually the first comment and has been gifting people Keith and the Girl memberships on YouTube. Bad Beef gifted a membership. Nice. Diana Crane took it. Welcome, Diana, to the Keith and the Girl membership family. This one's for you. Let's go, Keith. I know you just printed things, so you're having an exciting time over there. But looks like our guest is ready.
All right, then.
So whenever.
All right, then.
No pressure. It's your show, so you do what you got to do.
We could just do this. You know what? Before you came back, Keith, Myka suggested how about doing the girl and the girl. So please excuse yourself if you're going to. Thank God. All right. Oh, shit. Ready?
Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda.
Myka Fox. Hello, Myka.
God damn, that gets me pumped up, Keith. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Thank you very much. We're going to get into all about Myka. Let me mention this in case Myka didn't know. We talked yesterday to Bianca Brady. You know Bianca. I don't know if you knew that 4 years ago, she was diagnosed with leukemia. She's cancer-free right now. Very exciting news we got to share. Fox.
This is actually how Myka likes to get her cancer news. Like, oh, she's cancer free. So thoughts and prayers. I did all of that. And now we're here. Oh, good. Bianca's back. That's great. Here we go.
I took you through the whole journey.
Yeah.
Bad news, good news.
Right.
Bianca's the GOAT, says this person, Fox Telep. By the way, keithandthegirl.com/awards. Listened. I'm so proud of this. It's all our award episodes, the nominees, when we make the phone calls to the winners. And you can hear when Bianca won for her journalistic reporting on the follow-up of the Malley Suck Off Dad's Thumb. So if you're new to this, check out keithandthegirl.com/awards. That'll catch you up to a lot of the Keith and the Girl world. Blue Crucial. I feel like people in my life have been sick, don't speak a lot about how it feels. Hearing Bianca's story gave me such perspective and empathy for it. I feel so ignorant about what people go through. Great to hear again. And glad she's doing well. And Chemda also shared her tumor story, and I loved hearing it. And it made me think of this. Maybe this is a Black Mirror episode one day. But what do you guys think if there was a suicide button that the government put in everybody's house? You don't got to take pills. You don't got to jump off a bridge. You just push it and you're dead. You don't run into it by accident. It reads your biometrics, if that's a word. Nobody can shove you into it. You can't sleepwalk and hit it. It has to be deliberate. Would you, for example, Chemda, during cancer or another time, would you have pushed the button?
I had a tumor, not cancer. I know that doesn't, and even my doctor said it doesn't matter, but I feel that I shouldn't be in that club when we say it, but I get what you're saying.
You think it's stolen valor. You want to be careful.
Well, you know, it's if I'm not part of the cancer club, then I'm not part of the cancer club. But I did have a giant tumor. I did have open heart surgery. I did have like some
boring.
Yeah. Just simple things. No, the button that we more want, I think, and I think I could speak to people who are faced with their doctors looking back at them like you might die, like, ooh, I might not see you in a little bit. Like that is the look that you get from doctors. I feel I would like a fast forward button. Do I make it through? I think that's the hardest part is your doctors are looking at you like, hope we can do something. And you're like, can you tell me if this is going to work out? Because otherwise the next year of my life is going to suck for no reason. Is there a button for that?
Myka, do you think you would have pushed it by now in life?
I don't know. I think I'd push it right now.
Some days, right? I get into an argument with somebody. They go, fuck you. I go, fuck you. Fuck me. Bah!
God, exactly. Like just the rage alone. They should have a biometric to know if you're just a little pissy.
Sort of like a net that catches you halfway.
Right.
So you press the button. It's been 10 seconds. Are you upset that you didn't die? Or, right? Can we have like a 10-second delay without knowing it?
You have to push the button twice. Once you push it, you get half a sandwich. Then you pushed it again, you're dead.
I mean, it's kind of a great idea because like a half a sandwich is clutch. Like how much space can you get in between? Like after half a second, you re-up on the half sandwich. Because then like
You can't trick the
now
machine.
now you've got a sandwich machine in your house, which is honestly a better invention.
The government
if,
has to
like-
come in every month to put in a new sandwich.
I mean, fact or fiction, you would not kill yourself if you had a sandwich at your whim.
Right.
Yeah, maybe you were just hangry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. A half a sandwich has stopped me from hurting myself.
Are you having a day today, Myka?
Is today
know,
a day?
I've been in a funk the last couple of days. Have you guys ever been in a funk?
Sure.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening.
The
I'm in a
end.
funk.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What's your
There's
funk
no-
look like? Extra showers?
Hemda, you have not been paying attention the last 15 years.
Like, how can you tell you're in a funk if you're already funky? Like,
I-
where does the
The energy's like just gone. Like just the energy. My general look, my cat in the back. The general sweet demeanor, that I'm known for.
Mhm.
My gaiety and light.
have you
yeah.
have you noticed? And I hate to, girl on girl this, but have you noticed if it has something to do with a certain cycle?
So that's something else. I don't get my period anymore since I got the vaccine, and no doctor will believe me. They're
Wow.
like, you're just premenopausal. I'm like, I've gotten it like a few times since the vaccine.
Is
Now,
that
does it
good or
time
does
out?
more shit build up somehow?
I don't know. I don't know if that's affecting like my hormones. The last time I checked, which was like about a year ago, were like normal. But like also, I don't think this doctor like there's normal and then there's normal for you. I don't know. I don't go to the doctors a lot, but like there's nothing specific about it. I don't know.
Did your hormone levels indicate any kind of premenopause, perimenopause?
No, she
no.
was just like, yeah, you're in your 40s.
Oh,
Have
I
a
hate
nice
when they
one."
say that. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the answer
I'm
to
like-
everything.
I'm like, okay, so I was having my period pretty regularly. Then I get my first jab and I don't get it for 4 months. Then I get it and then it comes back another 4 months later. I was like, you don't think that's coincidental?
Can I ask
But
how
this-
old
but
you
this-
are?
I'm 42. I just turned
That's-
42.
That's so soon. I mean, I'm not
I
saying
know.
they can't have, but that's
No,
just
it's-
throwing. They just hear that you're 40 something and they throw menopause at you.
Because
They
if
just
it's
threw-
not your
yeah.
age, then it's probably gas. Thanks for $100. Goodbye.
Right.
And
Yeah.
by the
and
way,
this-
at this age, you just get gas.
Right.
Like, if you tell them anything about what happens through your ass, they're just like, what do you expect? And it's like, I expect shit out of my ass very specifically. Can
Yeah.
you, when it's different, can we at least talk about it and not just throw my age at me? Fuck.
that's weird. They didn't immediately stick a camera up your butthole.
No,
I
I,
thought
haven't
after
had
40
that yet.
Me neither, but if I had something wrong with my ass, I would not tell them. I do not need them getting an Insta pic.
What
my
I have
colon.
I have a pen and paper. What vaccine specifically, please?
Mm.
I did the PFIs, I went with the brand name.
Pfizer. All right, good to know. Thank you.
Yeah.
I did Moderna, but you've had issues with your period, no? And things
Yeah.
affecting it. Like you can't take birth control, for example, if I'm remembering right.
I could, I don't. Like I took it for a few months in college. It made me batshit insane and I never tried it. Never.
Oh, so not since
Um,
college have you tried it?
No, and now I'm really glad that I didn't because I feel like there's so many horror stories and so much research about how it like fucks with your systems, your endocrine system and your hormones and all this
Where are
shit.
you hearing
So,
that from? Because that's the kind of shit my mom used to say, and I
This
don't
is-
trust that she got that from doctors.
Right.
you get here's where you get this news. You get it
Okay.
from Twitter. You get it from Instagram. You cannot trust the medical community on this. You need to be looking to your peers, and your peers are people who you cannot verify their identities.
It could be a robot, but robots are smarter than me.
You got to follow that blue check mark to get your health check.
Yeah.
That's right.
I, of course, listened to the podcast. Great hang.
Thank you so much.
Did you see this art that Newsy's working on?
Yeah, he sent me a pic. I didn't see that background. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Both Tim and I were like thrilled.
He just he loves your show, of course, and he got inspired. Steve Balla is saying, nice, Myka's on today. The second half of Great Hang, Myka Fox. Ironically, after Tim finishes in his hand, Myka's got to use her hands to finish herself. You know, I heard this on Great Hang, and then I had Tim explain, and he says I didn't hear wrong. He will pull out of you, come in his hand. That's obviously the end of sex. Dump it in the bathroom. This is insane to me. And some people are telling me, what's so fucking crazy, Keith? They go, we do the pull-out method in my house too. I'm like, is that what it? I go, what about you come in your hand? They go, no, that's the weird part. You think? Yeah. What's going on?
I mean, it's a sign of respect. You know, why does it have to be batched onto me just because, you know, like he's outside of me. Now we're done. The transaction is over. You be responsible for your own And I never asked him to do that. This is Tim's thing, you know.
But when it first happens, is it weird? Well, the first time he did, are you like, oh yeah, in your hand, of course. Can't believe no other boyfriend did that, but that's a new thing.
I think, yeah, I was like, well, where is it? You know, that like you better not like, are you faking it? Like,
right. I promise I have it. Right.
Yeah, I don't have any problem with it. It's not like I loved wiping cum off my stomach, you know, like that's just a potential for misadventure.
You have
I remember a while ago, and this is when you were dating someone else, and you had this joke where he's about to come. So he goes, where should I come? And I don't want to fuck up the joke. It is so great because
where may I please have it on my tits, please? May I have it? I was wondering if that came from Tim coming in his hand.
Well, but no, this was before Tim, if I may, because I love that you even told that joke, because I feel like a lot of us have been asked that, and it's like, oh, well, we're in the middle of sex, so I have to answer that sexy instead of my real answer, which is, I don't know, in your fucking hand so you can throw it out so it's not on me. Like we've been asked that, and they take it like it's a sexy question.
Yeah, like it's romantic.
Yeah. And now I'm supposed to like stay in it with you because obviously you're in a place, and it would be great. You know, it would be great.
My lower back.
Yeah. You know, it would be great. Just fucking do it wherever you're going to do it. That would be great. And you said something like the trash can is an option or something. I don't know.
The trash can.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I will bring it right to you, you know. You can.
I'll bring the trash can over. Right.
That's a service I'll provide. We can save that just a 9-month trip.
The relationship always fascinates me, and I can only go off the podcast because I don't live with
me and Tim.
You and Tim. Hey, bitch. Hey, fatso. Good morning. And you're not really into sex, both of you, it seems. So you don't really reconnect there. How's the relationship go? How's it going? And how's it work for you? And how did you fall in love?
You know, falling in love was easy. You know, he's a charming little shit, you know, and we're just like little drunk assholes making fun of other people, making fun of each other, having fun.
How did you solidify the relationship? I remember when I was dating, and one time I was with Kyle. She heard me talking about dating on the show, didn't think, of course, I'd be dating other people. And I remember where I was standing, and she said, look, we can't have sex if you're still going to having sex with other people. You know, we got to be committed. Should I leave or should I stay? And I said, you should stay. And she goes, that means we're committed, something like that. And I put up my hands and we shook hands on it. How did you guys?
That's so romantic.
It was cute. It was cute.
I just love hearing about gets locked.
Say that again. It cut off.
I said I love hearing about how a cage gets locked.
Right.
I'm glad you repeated that.
Good job, Kyle. I mean, honestly, though, like, you know, we're not in our 20s. It's like, you don't want to fuck around. With Tim and I, like, how did we decide we were committed?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I think like
he came in his hand. It's like, it's just understood. We're together and now.
Then he came in his hand. I spit in my hand, and then we shook on it.
So you get it.
Well, we were just dating for a few months, and neither of us were dating other people, and you know, like we were trying to take our time, but I think we kind of were aware that this was good. So, at some point we'd had the conversation like month in, 2-week, 3-week months in somewhere.
It's pretty fast.
Yeah.
But I think the confusion, Keith, is you're like, how does this work, right?
Yeah.
And I think the word that you're trying to express is, where is the vulnerability? How do you become intimate
Hey, let's
without?
do it, shithead. That's what I'm picturing.
Because I think you only picture the way that you find intimacy, and what I think is ironic is that you present yourself just as hostile as Myka, and if we're using the word hostile,
Sure.
or just as like edgy or whatever, just as hey shitheady as Myka. So I think people wonder the same thing about you in relationships.
Do they? Because I think people can picture me sending a sweet text to Kyle. Maybe I'm proud of you. You got this, baby. I can't picture Tim doing that to Myka or vice versa. Am I
Yes,
wrong?
but if you notice when people quote you, there's sarcasm in their voice, and people have to adjust to say, "Hey, is this one you're serious, or is this one you're serious?" Because when we hear you, we hear like, "Hey, baby, you're doing great. I knew it. Bang bang."
No, you did it right. Yeah, I think that's sweet. I don't see that with Myka. Myka Fox, please.
Yeah, no, it's all hell and brimstone, I
That's
don't
it?
know what's no, I mean, Tim's a big sweetie pie. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Like, Tim's a big sweetie pie. I think I'm nice to a point. I think if I don't know. Like, I think there's a lot of love there. Like, it's not like we're never intimate. I don't know. That word is like moist to me.
I think some
But-
people keep their softness behind the scenes, because it's, even to be soft in answering this question is uncomfortable, because this is not the relationship that you have with anyone outside of your romantic partner. So you don't showcase that.
Yeah, but I mean, he's a human being, actually,
Okay.
and so am I, turns out.
The doctor says.
Yeah. Well, no. The doctor's like, you're old and you're about to die soon. Good luck.
I want to get so let's say Wednesday, so we have to get to it. Sex Crime Wednesday, of course. But before I bring that up, let me make sure you know about September 25th. That's Monday night. We all know that. September 25th. We'll be playing the game show. Now, what is this? I swear to God, I don't know anymore. Hemda brought it up on our show last week on Keith and the Girl. There's new games. I don't know what's happening, but be part of it. Monday, September 25th. Put it on your calendar, and we'll see you there. Where do they go, Hemda? Who knows?
It's going to be on our YouTube channel this time.
Okay.
It's the game show. Game show is usually behind a ticket, but I'm going to try something new.
Okay.
And so if you're subscribed and ring the bell, and, just get on our YouTube channel, Keith and the Girl.
Right. I just happened to see one of those vigilante things on YouTube where it's kind of like To Catch a Predator, but that thing's still going on now. But instead of, I don't know, a more, just so show with Chris Hansen, now it's like people set you up. They find you in the store. They take a megaphone. They call out your name, being a predator. They make you call your wife to say what's happening. They say, or I'll call the police. These guys are fucking idiots because, they think a kid's going to keep a secret. So they also think like, hey, I should just solve it now instead of go, yeah, bring the police. I'm leaving here. They call their wife. They call their boss. They say everything that happened. I love this stuff so much. I don't know how legal it is, but I love it.
This can't be legal because it's extortion in some way, right? But this is like that Black Mirror episode where the kid gets caught watching kiddie porn and then has to like go fight someone to the death because that's how
he has to kill another predator, I think.
Yeah, or the video gets pushed to all his contacts, and like, so either we will tell everybody that's in your contacts what you do and what you jerk off to, or this. And then they were doing that to a lot of people.
Sometimes I see these Black Mirror.
Ironically, if you send what you jerk off to all your contacts, then you're also in trouble.
Right.
Right.
There's no winning this game.
Sometimes I see a Black Mirror and I'm like, I think I missed the point. That's fucking great. They did the one where the woman killed her kids. She wakes up with like amnesia every day and has to relive, running for her life. But it's all a trick. And I'm like,
51st birthdays.
Yes. And I'm like, what a great punishment. That's fantastic.
I didn't feel that way about any of the Black Mirrors. I thought like, oh, good, you're feeding the sycophant in all of us. Like everybody who was there to take a picture of her was misguided in where they're putting their trauma. Like it was
Right.
awful. And you're like, hooray, let's get a bull and watch people fight it.
An upstate middle school principal used Snapchat to try to lure a 16-year-old girl to meet him in a remote location for sex, bringing with him, it's always what you bring with you that catches you, condoms, chicken nuggets, and a Grimace milkshake. You busted. You busted.
That's even grosser.
Wait, she was going to have to drink a melted Grimace milkshake? What a monster.
Do you want to do the challenge? I'll bring you a... Jackson City Principal Daniel Erickson was arrested and charged with luring a child in attempted rape. 55 years old.
How are you going to prove it's attempted rape?
You brought a milkshake and nuggets.
Yeah, but that doesn't
condoms.
mean... That means maybe it was an attempted date.
Well, not if she's underage, then it's attempted rape.
I guess the condoms, huh? I guess
the
that's
condoms tell something. Yeah.
They might also have some interaction online.
What if it was a water balloon fight? You know, it's just a birthday party for one.
That'd be a TV show I would love, just to hear all his explanations. Even you give him some hints. Like, was it maybe a water fight with the condoms? Yeah.
I'm ready to litigate. Or when it's for that, is it Kiddagate?
Erickson made multiple attempts to meet up with the girl, even showed up at her house, but the teen never came outside to see him.
You pathetic bitch.
You said you were going to come out. If you're not gonna, don't have me travel all this way. He agreed to meet with the student in a remote location, the intention of engaging in sexual intercourse.
Keith, do you see the men out here? So what if somebody comes into their hand? Really, look at what we're working with. Come on. What if I bring a milkshake? How about then? Are you coming out of your house?
And
honestly, coming in your hand, you're gonna like help yourself DNA wise too. Maybe that's where Tim learned it.
When they get caught, they're like, I was telling her, don't meet with people who bring condoms and Grimace. I was trying to use these as examples to show it could be dangerous.
You know, these are people who think that kids are grown enough, because this should be easy, 55-year-old. That we all know they're children. We know it's too easy to find sexy, you fucking weirdo.
And you don't know kids snap? You think kids can keep a secret and they don't snap? We had on Kyle's son Benny on our show, and he loves performing. But one time got into a fight with his mom, and he goes, and don't use my stories on your show anymore. I know you do that. It's like, Benny, you love it, and you're begging to be on it. You don't even mean it. My point is, a kid's not going to keep a sex secret. You're gonna give him a B on a paper, and there's gonna be a big problem. I should have an A+. Well, you didn't turn anything in. Yeah, well, I'm calling the police. They know. A Queens middle school teacher was charged with raping a 14-year-old boy, Melissa Rockensees. And then the 14-year-old.
Well, in fairness, she was only in middle school.
Right. Study up on your technique, she says in these texts, and I'll be moaning for you all day and all night, Daddy. I want to be able to kiss those lips of yours.
How do you call a kid daddy?
You're going to be lucky once I put this kid to sleep. She has her own kid.
Hold on. Who's talking?
This is her. This is her side. You don't see the kid side because he's underage.
Oh, this is the adult talking?
This is the adult. Yeah.
Start over. This is the adult.
Study up on your technique, and I'll be moaning for you all day and night, Daddy.
Oh, wait. Oh,
a middle school teacher talking to a 14-year-old.
He's daddy?
The kid is daddy. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I want to be able to kiss those lips of yours.
Oh.
You're going to be lucky once I put this kid to bed. Once I take care of my mom duties at home, you're going to be pleased with your little pecker. Believe me.
Oh.
Did she say pecker, or are you making it worse?
No, I didn't mean to make it silly.
Yeah.
Let me get this kid to sleep before I get you in bed.
Yeah. I want you so bad, and now I got to go read kid books. Like, what the fuck?
Did she really say, like, what the fuck?
Yes. WTF. I want you so bad, and now I got to go read kids books. Like, WTF. You 14-year-old. Can you believe I got to tuck my 8-year-old in the bed? Ugh. I just want to fuck you.
Oh my God. Is it really an 8-year-old? Because
I don't know that. But you're acting like the 14-year-old is an adult, and I gotta read kid books.
right. I'm just saying the 14-year-old and the 8-year-old can hang out sooner
Right.
than. Ew.
Oh, and delete the chat. Okay, love you. Bye. With a whole bunch of E's.
Delete
Nope.
the chat.
Delete the chat. Okay, love you. Bye.
You know
She
what?
trusts too much.
Yeah, you're so technological. Like as an adult, you're too old to be technologically savvy with this. You delete his text. You do it so that he has 5 seconds to read it and it delete. What are you doing?
It
Why am I
says that
teaching you to do it better?
right.
Ew.
I feel
You're
like
calling someone daddy. Oh my God.
the 14-year-old says, I feel like she took advantage of me because of my age, and I was vulnerable with her. Well, somebody wrote that for you, but all right. The teen said, noting that he began emailing her over a problem he had with another kid at school. That's how it
Oh,
started. I felt comfortable with her. I'm smart, but I don't make good decisions. I work off of impulse. If someone says, let's do something, I'd say, all right, let's go do it.
wait, who is writing this? What?
Right. The mother of 3 began messaging him on Instagram in September after they exchanged hundreds of emails. And over the
Who has
course
that
of
hundreds
almost
of
a year,
emails?
almost a year, fired off a barrage of depraved messages. So last September, I assume.
Hold on. So was he 13?
Yeah.
You actually find children that interesting?
She's 33, to put it into perspective.
Oh my God. God, that's so gross.
So gross.
Rockin' Seas eventually suggested they meet up in person at a supermarket.
Had
Who's
they
going to
never-
drive the kid there?
That's really funny because that is where you hang out when you're 14. You know, it's
And
like the
it's- and it's-
supermarket parking lot.
Right.
And it's where you hang out when you're a mom of 3 because you got to go grocery shopping.
They went on a walk in a park afterward where the teacher hugged the boy, quote, really close and, quote, she wanted to kiss me. And then he did. This came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting it because she said she has a husband and stuff. I felt weird, like I had to hug her back. I hugged her. I kissed her. That's how it started. She'd tell me where to go to meet her, where the car is parked, he said, noting they met up almost every day except Wednesday when, quote, she had to watch the kids. Every time
Who's
we'd meet up, we'd
watching
have
this
sex.
kid?
Right. Every time
Whoa!
yeah, they did have sex. Every time we'd meet up, we had sex. Most of the time she gave me money. The most she ever gave was $500.
What was she paying for?
If he can find the man in the boat, she called it. He'd get some money. No, I'm just joking. But I don't know. You just go, hey, here's some money. I'll see you again.
Because somebody has to drive you to meet me? Like, is that Uber
Right.
money or?
Last month, the teacher claimed that the teen threatened to gun down her family if she didn't fork over $5,000 and reported him to the principal.
Wait.
So
what?
he's getting paid. He knows it's wrong. He goes, hey, actually, supposedly he goes, I want $5,000 now, but there's going to be big fucking problems.
But we
And
don't have the text for that.
No, I'm making this up. But last month, the teacher said the teen threatened to gun down her family if she didn't fork over $5,000, reported him to the principal. So
This
she's
is why
thinking,
you can't be fucking kids. They have guns.
Yeah, that's right. So she goes, well, it's out of control now because he's going to want more and more money. And I'm going to tell the principal that he's out of control in case anything happens.
That's insane.
The student rebuffed the allegations, claiming he had been grounded from Instagram after skipping summer school and that someone else had messaged her from his account. Yeah, I was told by my mom not to go on it, so I didn't. I can believe he did.
Where does your mom think you're at every day? How do you see someone and fuck someone every day from 13 to 14 years old?
You hang
Micah,
out-
your
I mean-
parents weren't around. Where were you? Were you able to?
I was at the grocery store parking lot. But I was hanging out fucking my teachers.
Now that I think about it.
Their parents are like, great. I didn't know they were so interested in school.
After the threats were reported to authorities, the teen said he showed police the explicit messages. He was told to delete them. Kids are liars. The teen said
Did
he
not
showed
follow orders.
Right.
Says right there on the report card.
No, he
Earlier
was
this
like, I deleted it, but first they took screenshots.
Yeah. Earlier this week, Rockensees was charged with rape, criminal sexual act, and acting in a manner injurious to a child less than 17 years old. A very less than 17 years old.
Wait, the
Ugh.
first two sound the same. Like rape and it sounded like
Rape and criminal sex act. So maybe rape, because you want to get her on everything. So maybe rape is rape. Kissing is the criminal sex act. Who knows?
That's butt stuff.
Right.
Sodomy.
How do you think a kid's going to keep a fucking secret?
Wait, you don't think sodomy's rape, Hemda?
Oh no, I'm just trying to figure out how they're separating the crimes, and so I thought the joke would be separating it, but you know, not funny. That's cool. That's cool. Didn't hit the mark. It's okay. But kids do keep secrets. They keep secrets about sexual activity. That's how priests get away with it for so long. That's how, you know, uncles and neighbors get away with it for so long. And then one person comes out and hopefully that. But if you ever notice, like Cosby people, like not everybody said anything. People don't say. And that's what grooming is about. Who's going to say, who's not going to say. These
Cosby
are the bad
knew not to
groomers.
text.
Cosby knew a lot of things, to be honest, right? And those priests knew a lot of things. People don't talk.
Well, start talking, people.
I think it's happening.
A Texas dad was arrested after his 3-year-old son showed up at his San Antonio preschool with a gun in his backpack. Pete Robles, 35, was taken into custody after teachers found this pre-K student had a handgun in his backpack. The kid was dumbfounded. He doesn't know how it got there. And I believe it. You can tell when a little kid is lying usually.
You can tell.
Pre-K?
Yeah.
I don't even think I could lift a gun at 4.
Right.
Dear God.
I say you go on social media and you see, you know, this guy wrote on social media, like, people don't take care of their guns. It's a Second Amendment issue. And if you can't handle your gun, then you should be arrested and raped in jail. And whatever he wrote on social media, that's what you do to him.
What kind of time do you do when your 4-year-old brought a gun to school?
Not that it matters, but 3. Don't age this kid. 3 years old.
3. Sorry.
Yes.
So what kind of time, like?
Yeah, because you're already in until they're 18.
Who's going to take care of the kid?
The boy involved in the incident has since been placed in the custody of Child Protective Services.
That's great.
The man was released Wednesday on $4,500 bond. What if this was all a trick to get rid of the fucking kid? Oh, there's a gun? Well, I'm not fit. $4,500, you just take him? Okay.
Yeah, he's like buying a gun in a hurry, you know, like who are you gonna kill? What kill? No, I'm just trying to fucking get rid of this kid.
Here's a fun story. A judge was caught.
Fun.
This is fun. This is fun.
This is horrendous.
A judge.
I'm ready for this kill yourself button.
Right. A judge checked Facebook and texted during a murder trial and was busted on video.
Why is this fun, Keith?
Come on. Because compared to rape and guns and backpacks.
Oh,
okay. Now you got to do some trials over again. Okay. It's both shocking and disappointing to learn, said the DA. Courtroom surveillance video leaked to the Oklahomian shows a judge scrolling through Facebook and texting on her cell phone while presiding in a murder trial. Well, sometimes you do. You got to ask your friends. I can see doing that. Just text and go, hey, guys, what am I missing here?
Sometimes to think I got to scroll.
Judge Tracy Soderstrom of Lincoln County, Oklahoma, used her cell phone during the trial last month of a 32-year-old who was accused in the death of his then girlfriend's 2-year-old son. Yeah, she's like, the judge is like, what does a 2-year-old look like again?
Yeah.
Perspective. Prosecutors said that the mom either harmed the boy, or the guy, sorry, either harmed the boy or allowed his girlfriend to do so. He was convicted of second-degree manslaughter and received a maximum sentence of 4 years in prison. He's been in prison for more than 5 years and has completed his sentence.
Why is he in prison for longer?
They don't add that. I have a question mark there. I'm like, I don't fucking know. All right.
That you have to do more things in jail to do more
Probably,
time.
yeah.
I remember when I interviewed Johnny, he went in for mugging people, but then somebody killed his friend in jail, like a guard killed a friend in jail, and then like a handful of them got together and killed that guard. He ended up staying a little bit longer.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how it works. They're so petty.
I love how you're like, this is a secret that you've already talked about on your show. You're like, he actually.
Get this. Well, this is a show behind the paywall under What's My Name called Run Your Pockets. Oof-ah. Jail is what you heard of.
The DA said he reviewed the video after receiving a tip from courthouse personnel. Then you are hated at work. Personnel turned you in and go, I want you to know the judge is on her phone a lot. Then you're just not fun to work with.
I wonder if they've seen her before, but for this one, they were like, all right, there's a 2-year-old who's dead. She's pushing it. You know,
Right.
like I wonder if this can't be the first time that she's bored in this fucking 2-year-old is dead trial.
The video confirms that Judge Soderstrom, quote, spent hours of the trial on her cell phone, both texting and scrolling through social media. Well, you know what? Honestly, after about like 2 minutes, people kind of repeat themselves. You notice that? So let me scroll a little bit.
Yeah, maybe they killed the kid by boring him to death.
Soderstrom apparently had the courtroom camera moved after her cell phone use came to light. So as they're looking into the video, they're like, well, let's move the camera then. Why is it right on me like that?
Sounds smart.
The defense lawyer said that she never saw Soderstrom on her phone and that she did a great job.
Okay. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your boss? My boss? My boss is great. Is this on the record? Okay.
Well,
no, I have a great time at work. Yeah. I'm texting right now. This is totally normal. I'm still listening.
Speaking of Keith and the Girl VIP, make sure you're a VIP member. Listen to that Run Your Pockets episode. It's fucking nuts.
It is nuts.
You can be an IP, but why not be more? Go to keithandthegirl.com/VIP. Sign up for free. Use code FREE. That's right. You can use code PAY MORE or use code FREE, however you want to play it. It's right there. Get a free trial with code FREE at keithandthegirl.com/VIP. All right. Now, Myka.
What did I do?
No, nothing. I just wanted to see if you'd come clean about something. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll spill.
She's texting right now.
Right. How's everything going? How's the career? How's your home life?
Oh, everything's kind of like trucking along, home life is good. Cat's maybe sick. Tim's all right.
Okay.
Career. I filmed a special in the end of May.
And?
It was crazy. I filmed a special after like 4 days notice. Like, this production company was putting like a series of 12 specials together, and one of their comics had to back out due to a family emergency last minute.
Wow.
And they called me and they're like, hey,
we have cameras.
Hey, yeah, we have camera. Yeah, we have a whole set. We have this, that, like an audience. Can you do it? So with 4 days to prepare, I filmed a special in May.
Wow. What was that like?
It was fucking weird. I'll tell you, it was fucking crazy. It's not how I would have, it's my first special. It's not how I would have planned to do it. Keith, I know you do this every year. This is nothing exciting to you.
But you know what? This makes so much sense because I imagine you've been wanting to do a special or record something, but nothing's ever perfect and blah, blah, blah. I feel like this is the perfect booking of your special, or you wouldn't have done it. Holy shit. So what happened?
I may have never done it. It was interesting. Like,
this is how the 100 for 30 started at Keith and the Girl.
Yes.
This is you. You started it. And this is what happened. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
Well, no, it was like, I'm not used to running an hour, like mostly I stay in the city. I'm doing 15 minutes at a time, and it's like not a different 15, not every time. Like, you kind of work it in like 12-minute chunks, and then maybe you got 3 new minutes, and then it kind of like rotates like that. So, I didn't have that whole hour fresh already, but I reached out to every club I'm in at. I'm like, hey, all hands on deck. Anytime you got, I just fucking hammered sets out, trying to run different pieces of it and seeing how it would all fit together. And so I ran it, and it was like, maybe not exactly how I'd want to do it. I'd have liked to run it a few times as one thing before recording it, but 8 cameras were there and a whole audience that wasn't there to see me, and we did it.
How'd it
What-
go? How'd it go live?
It was interesting. Like, did not feel like great. It didn't feel like, holy shit, I'm filming my special. And this is like, it felt like I'm dark. And I think, like, you need a specific audience for that. And so
What did Tim
they were
say to
on
you?
board. They weren't.
What did Tim say to you after the show to make you feel good?
Keith, you already fucking know, you little rascal. He said, it went well.
Ah,
Is that bad?
I'd be gutted.
Hemda.
No.
Right?
It's
Thank you, Keith. Did you bring this up to Tim when he was on the show?
No,
get
I was
him?
more interested in coming in the hand, I think.
Yeah. No, it went well. It went well. It went well.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's
I
my
I hate
fucking-
that.
No, is the well is good. I'm like, I don't want good either. I don't want. He's like, it's great. I'm like, no, I want incredible. I want, like,
Right.
you blew it away. I want
I'm
whatever.
a baby. Afterwards, I either have to talk to Hemda or Kyle and be like, and go through like the notes that I was studying before and be like, oh, this. Not that I'm gonna do it again anyway, so it really doesn't fucking matter. But I'm jazzed now. I got to talk about it. If somebody just went, it went well.
honestly
I'd
like
I'd push
you
the
know,
button. I'd push the button.
Yeah.
You're right that, like, and I think, and especially since he's a performer, I think performers
know
should know a
better.
little bit better. Yeah, because I know as a performer, I can't just say that went well or even great. I think, like, I have to, and I note as I watch. If I'm watching a friend of mine and they're doing something, I note notes to tell them later, because it's not going to be okay to just go, that was great, they laughed a lot. It's really important to say, you landed that one joke extra like that, and I love this thing that you did. You have to get specific. And I think that's what's hard about, like, dating a
If you
performer.
date a performer, you're working too.
Yeah. That's your night also.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, you got to come as much time as they were on stage. At least a third of that has to be your comments after.
Yes.
It's a lot. It's a lot. I will say it's a lot.
That's not what I got. No. And it was so wild. Like, but it was also, I only had like 4 days to prepare. Like, Tim was like working. He like got off early, but it's like I saw him like for like 5 minutes before I went on stage. It was kind of like a lonely experience a little bit. And afterwards, like, I do not think it was my best performance, and I had, Karen was there, and my friend Bonnie McFarlane was there, and Rich Voss. They came out to see me, and no one was like, oh my God. It's almost like I'm gonna fucking blow my brains out,
Oh,
and then
okay.
I did see it, and it was like kind of like brutal to watch, but I think I edited it into a place that's like, I don't
You
know. I
edited
want to.
it?
No, I was allowed to give creative feedback, and I think I
Awesome.
gave them a lot more feedback than they were
Okay.
expecting, because
Good.
I work on footage for a living, so I was like, move this here, move it. Like, I was like, I don't give a shit. They're like, what about continuity? I'm like,
No
just
one
get to the
cares.
laughs. Yeah, like cut the shit out of it, So
Mike, I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna sound, I know the two of you like go roll your eyes when I get into this place, but I am so excited about this. I'm like first upset that I didn't even know this, and it's been since May, not at you or anything, just at myself for not knowing the Mycosphere in general. I got to know that. So I got to get on top of whatever newsletter you're not sending out. Fine, I get it. But I am so excited for this. As the fact that you gave notes after, and you are a person who can probably give like the best notes. I think for the editors, it's probably very, very helpful. And I have never seen you not be so hysterical and entertaining that, like, you give me any tickets to a show of yours and I know I'm going to have a good time. This is going to fucking be awesome.
Aw,
Holy shit.
thanks.
When is it out?
So, well, that's the thing is, this whole thing was filmed on spec. So, I mean, I got paid, which is awesome. It was probably the easiest anyone's ever had a special come together in their lives. Like, I got paid just for signing the agreement and the other half of the money before I stepped foot on stage. And, I didn't have to vet any of my jokes. So that was like really cool. But the thing is, they filmed them all with the intent to sell it to streamer. So that's where they're at right now. So it may
Okay.
never come out, you know, like if they don't sell it, or it could be like on Netflix next week.
Oh my
there's
God,
no
I'm
way to
getting
know.
chills. I'm fucking getting chills. This is
Yeah.
a great place to be. I know it's very nerve-wracking, but it's very exciting at the same time because now you
Yeah.
know you have an hour. So you got paid for it. Oh my, I'm about to like run out the door and come back just for the excitement
Aw.
that's running in my body. It's
Maybe Tim was trying to say it was good and he just wanted to do proper grammar.
it was
And he
well.
Yeah,
said it
that's-
went well.
Well, you know, Tim, you know how proficient he is with the English language. That's him.
He loves to do, for not knowing English. He does love to read a lot of stories on your podcast.
Yeah. Oh God, it's brutal. Brutal.
What's the do you have a name for the show?
Yeah, the special is called My Joke, My Choice.
Okay.
Yes. Are there abortion jokes in there?
There are so many abortion jokes in
It's
there.
offensively
Yeah.
packed with abortion jokes.
There's
Ah.
abortion jokes, there are rape jokes, there are abuse jokes, there are making fun of the homeless at multiple times. It is
And that
It is a-
unhoused, or are you still making fun of the homeless? I want to know where you're at.
unhoused is okay.
It's offensive.
Unhoused unhoused is worse, because it's like the worst part is not even having a home. It's not a house, it's a home. It's like
Right.
it's like unhoused means you couldn't even find a box. You couldn't even find a place where nobody loves you. Homeless sounds more sensitive than unhoused. Unhoused is just like, it sounds like you're a feral dog.
I agree. And also I saw this like short video, whatever. This guy holds a homeless sign, handwritten and all sad. And somebody comes near him and goes, unhoused.
Oh my God.
And leaves.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Can we get a PC check on this fucking crackhead?
It does get a
It's
little
not a-
crazy. The wife
Yeah.
beater's now called the wife pleaser. Yeah,
No, you
really,
can't
when I
do
wear
that.
that, it pleases my wife.
Yeah.
The new
Yeah. They're not
tuxedo.
PC. They're PCP. Get it right.
Well, I'm excited for this special. Also, in the meantime, you still do Live from Outer Space, the weekly show, right?
Yeah. Every Friday night at Cobra Club at 9 p.m. Come one, come all.
What a
Great.
great spot. It's so like if you're from out of town and you want to see Brooklyn, go to that spot. You saw Brooklyn.
Hundo
if
P.
you- right?
Yeah.
If you only have like a weekend and you just want to see what Brooklyn is, what is everyone talking about? Friday night, Cobra Club, you'll see Brooklyn.
Go to Cobra Club, go around the corner after the show and go to House of Yes and,
Yes.
take all the drugs and get groped by people whose genders you can't discern and, have a great time.
I would say House of Yes is the closest to surf reality that I know of, and it's around the corner from
Right.
Cobra Club.
And I mean, that neighborhood has gotten like, it's become almost the Times Square of Brooklyn, but like
The truck
the
stop.
alternate. Yeah.
All
It's like gray market weed sales and just, like there's like a million trucks selling everything,
Yeah, there's every
Right.
truck is on that block because it's like, oh, people are here, and you get like another truck constantly, and then it's people going like, this time I'm going to be extra Brooklyn, and then they come out and it's like, oh, everybody else is Brooklyn too. I'm going to try extra hard next week. And they come with extra Brooklyn next week and still can't top the rest of the neighborhood. That
Yeah.
block is hot fucking fire.
It
around,
really is.
around that block, like you go maybe 5 blocks in one of the directions, you think you're going to get killed. You're not. It just kind of feels that way because it's empty. It's a little lot-like. It's a little like, how did I make this turn? But you turn back around. Hey, all the Brooklyn, the mustache handles, the fucking bow ties for no reason, suspenders on in different ways. You love it. Love it. Love it.
Tutus worn as a necklace,
Sure.
whatever.
Yeah.
And it's funny, yeah. Like, and I live, 5 blocks the other direction away from the industrial shit, and it's just a true nightmare. But you can get any kind of animal on a stick, they're just grilling away.
In sometimes in shopping carts, do you get that over there? The shopping cart
Oh,
grilling?
Oh, it's a lot of, there's a little more professional than I think
Yeah.
they they're set up. They got their little tent to help themselves from the sun, and they,
Oh,
they have their
shopping?
3 kids under the age of 5 helping them, chop vegetables and shit.
Yes, the fruit people, people with the street marketers, a lot of kids coming out with them now. Usually like 3 or
It's summertime. What are you going to do with your kids?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. That makes more sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Do Live from Outer Space is the name of the show. Do you still do it with John F. O'Donnell?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How's he doing right now? I haven't talked to him since he said microchips were in the vaccine. I needed a little break. Is he John F. O'Donnell now? Is he the Prince of Persia? Is he Buddha? How's he holding up?
He's been doing really well.
Okay, good.
As far as I know, he hasn't had any mental breaks in a long time, and I think he was just in Prague on a trip he didn't tell us about, which is very JFOD. So there was a little bit like,
Right.
but then I think he went with his family, like looking through his Instagram. I think he's all
Okay.
right.
Okay.
You'll have to check in with him, but it was funny because he's like, oh, I'm not going to be here. I'm in Prague. I'm like, okay.
Oh,
All right.
do you know how you're getting there, or will you just end
Yeah.
up there?
Are
Right.
you in Prague or is a spy in Prague right now?
Right.
Is
I
the
think he's
Buddha
doing
in
okay.
Prague? What's his
Is
job?
there pressure for you being a co-host that you have to check up on him?
Well, I mean, as a friend,
Okay.
he's my friend. Like as a co-host, no, I don't give a
Right.
shit. But like as a friend I've known for, 17 years, I think I've known him. Like,
Wow.
I care about his well-being.
Okay.
Yeah, he's one of my oldest people I've known the longest in the city,
Right. All right. Well, here's what you do. You go to keithandthegirl.com/Myka Fox, and you can see the other time she was on. She's fantastic in giving, of course. Anything else the audience should know, Myka?
It's great hang with Myka and Tim,
Mhm.
subscribe to our YouTube channel for Christ's sake. It makes Tim so happy, and comment and leave us reviews and fuck it, subscribe to the Patreon if you got 5 or 10 or I think for $3,600, you can get Tim to come party with you. So
Whatever brings in money, who gives a shit?
yeah.
Right?
See you, Tim.
That's it. Thank you, Myka. Stick around for a minute. Kendra's going to close up, though.
Ooh, let's see. And now we read random comments and we don't know where in the show they fit.
Okay.
Let's see. OMG, it's Myka. She's still alive. Welcome back. That's nice.
I think.
I'm surprised too.
Okay. B. Jason says you don't wipe it off. You rub it in. Who raised you? You have that. So
Mhm.
attach that to some part of the show.
I'm
Well,
gonna
that sounds
assume
like
it's come.
I think it's common. I think it might be a reference to a jail story when I was in jail some time ago, and a long time ago. But some guy would jerk off on some like the new people that came in and rub the cum into their chest, and
Woof.
it's so disgusting.
I'm sorry.
No, I did not.
No. I must know this story, but somehow I blocked it out. Did you see it happen?
It was you heard something weird was going on, and then later the story got out.
But
it
you
would happen
weren't
multiple times, and you knew that. I did
you
not
weren't
bear witness.
initiated, and you
but
weren't initiated in this
I
way.
was no part of either side. Correct.
What makes you not have to pass this?
I don't know. I'll tell you. Well, it's like when you get to jail and like a lot of people just break down and start crying the first day loudly, and it's like, oh, you're gonna have cum in your chest.
Okay. So you watched Shawshank
Just
first,
Yeah.
and then okay.
Yeah.
All right. You
I
know, I
came
think
in
we
there.
should-
I find the biggest dick and I eat it. That's what you do. That's how you show dominance.
eating dick. Okay, noted. Everyone wrote that down. I think we should get off here. So